Put this one cab mount right here. Watch them see if they move. Uh-huh. Yeah. I got you, baby. Here she is. Been sitting since 2012. This is a Ford 7000. Every time I've ever bought parts, it's been for 8,000. Ford 7000. 22-foot all steel rollback bed. Louisville cab. A little history on this was this is my truck from 2006 to 2010. I run this old girl pretty hard. And anything from hauling my equipment to hauling logs, this thing's done it. And it was a good truck. And then one day I just parked it right here and forgot about it for whatever reason. But now I got this crazy idea that we need to get it running again. You see this little spoiler right here on the hood? As it rained, water come in that and right into our engine. And I had found that the engine was stuck. This unit is powered by a 3208 Caterpillar. So I've done took both the heads off of it. The left side looked pretty good. These two cylinders were pretty rusty, which you can still see. I got some stuff going on the wall there. I got a concoction of mystery oil, ATF, acetone, and diesel fuel. And this thing's been soaking for a week now. And if you don't know these 3208s, there's no sleeve. This is all block. And looking at this, I can hone these out a little bit. New rings, new pistons, new bearings, and get the life that I probably need to get out of this before we do a whole. The ultimate plan is take this rollback bed and transfer it to a newer model truck. This is a 1977 model truck. So, but if I can get a little life out of it doing it like this, I don't care to do this, and then we'll get some good use out of it until we find a truck at a reasonable deal to transplant this bed and stuff over to it. So that's the plan right here. So I have on the crank bolt right there, a 1/2-inch ratchet. This pipe, this ratchet strap, been tight all week and it hasn't moved. And since this hasn't moved in a week, I'm gonna get slightly more aggressive with it. I don't wanna force really too bad because I don't wanna take a chance of scarring the cylinder wall no more than what, I just want to be able to do a little hone on it. But I need to get it moving, and I'd like to get it to rotate a few times before I drop the oil pan down and then knock one out and make sure I get the right part numbers to order the right stuff. So, and I'm gonna cage these brakes. I'm gonna put it in gear and we're gonna move it. We're gonna pull on it and move it and see if we can't free that engine up by the drive line, sending force to transmission to the engine, and see if that won't help us out here. So that is the plan for today. Instead of caging in brakes, I remembered I was smart enough before that I put an air fitting right here coming off my tank in case I need to air a tire up. So all I need to do is plumb into that and I can air up the system. And then with some luck, we can just release the part brake and the brakes release. But if you don't know what I meant by caging the brakes, I have a brake chamber right here. And basically, this right here is this bolt that comes when you have a brake chamber. It comes bolted down right here to have with you in the event that you need to cage the brakes and release them. But basically this bolt right here is in there and it hooks, and then you tighten this nut down, and what that does is collapse this brake chamber To release it, this connected to your slack adjuster arm moves it, and in return your brake pads collapse, releasing the brake. That's all you're doing. When somebody says occasion the brake, you're installing this little tool, tighten it down, releasing this brake chamber and releasing your brake. The same as if when you got air to it and you push in your park brake to release, it sends air to this, releases it, all this moves, your brake's released. Pretty simple. And obviously, buddy, you don't have the compressor on there. You gotta plug this line. Okay, I got them lines capped off better to where it's just a small leak. Watch them see if they move. Anything happen? Nope. My gosh, she's locked up. Now the truck moved a bunch that time, and I can see why. Look at that. Finally. Finally. We have broke free. You can see, get down, so I can get y'all down in there. You see the rust that had that ring right there. After we hung it out, hopefully we're reasonably within spec, but finally we have movement. So let's see if we can move this by hand now. Okay. Oh my gosh. That pipe. There we go. Got my pipe on my ratchet. This fan, boy. This fan ain't done nothing but been in my way this whole time. Ooh. Ooh, we're tight that way. I got my hose. I'm gonna try to clean these up a little bit. If you never use this cruel, it's kind of expensive, but man, this is some good stuff right here. That right there, I'm just gonna leave that concoction in there. Let it go like that. Right. Alright, let's clean that up, see what that looks like. If you didn't know, now you know. Best cleaning fluid known to man right here. Well, I went with the expedited process, which was take my skid steer, shove on the bed back and forth, in fifth gear, brakes release, and I got her moving. I think it's completely broke free now. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Keep moving, baby. Keep moving. Alright, now that I got her spinning easy by hand, and you see this side compared to that side, I don't know if I ever showed y'all this side. This side's in excellent condition. Next step for me to do is drop the oil pan off so I can get a rod and a piston out, so I can make sure it don't have undersized or oversized bearings, so I can order the right parts. And then we're just waiting for parts, so that's next on the list. Let's get this oil pan off. Oh, here it comes. Oh. Hung up on over. Daggone. There's another bolt. Don't put no crap on me. Come on down. Come on down. Ooh. Now you see, when I first drained this oil pan, when I first started this project, about a gallon of water came out. And you can see, I guess, about the line. There's a line right there. This bottom part of the pan was water, and the oil was in the top. You see how it's sludgy, nasty. So it's a good thing we didn't let it sit here another 15 years, or there might have been no saving this girl. But there we go. Oh man. It's crazy, I don't see no damage. Look at that. See that? And that was before us jerking this around. I was running this thing like this 15 years ago with that like that. That's definitely not how it's supposed to be. Cool thing about this too is this is the old style with 2 rings. They got an upgraded version that you get 2 rings and your old ring, so it's a 3-ring piston. Okay, I pulled 2 out so we could compare. Oh, don't fall back. Man. These rings. All right, let's have a look at this. All right, this right here is what a normal piston, you know, it's obviously wore. This is what it looks like. You see the rust that had us. These rings are stuck. I don't know if they ever would have freed up. Maybe after they got hot, they might have. But there's that, right? And that was the worst hole we had, was where this one came out of, which would be number 7. But number 3, look at that. Look at that. Piece of the ring broke and eat it alive right there. And I'm just really fortunate that the cylinder wall is just not destroyed. That's amazing. The reason we done that, if you was running an oversized or undersized bearing, there'd be a stamp here somewhere. In my case, I'm really fortunate is I can still read the Caterpillar part number, and right here it would say oversized, undersized. You'd be able to find it somewhere. But I got a 4W8090, which if I look that up, that's standard size bearing. So it's running standard bearings. We just need the standard rebuild kit. And we're good to go. Alright, and that will do it for this one. I got a big parts list to make up and wait for our parts to come in, hone these cylinders out, and put all this back together and see if we can't get this thing to run. If you want to see this thing come back to life, be sure to subscribe and follow along. We'll try to put some life in this old rollback right here. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a good day.